Live. There we go. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome everyone in. I see G family in the building. We got my special guest in the house, Toni Hendrix Green. And I also see Brooklyn Cord Cutters. Hello. Guys, could you do me a favor? Please thumbs us up, share us out. Today's segment is going to be self-care tips and what you do. And also, I want to get my exact title. It says self-care action plan. What does that really entail? People think it's one thing, but it is not. It is quite a few things. So I'm going to share me out here. Guys, thumbs up and share us out.
And I'm going to do the same.
Facebook and IG. So guys, again, welcome in. I have my special guest here, Toni Hendrix Green. And again, thank you again, Toni, for being here. So guys, we're going to go over some things. But before we do that, I just want to tell you that both of us are monetized channels and we both are memberships. So if you guys are interested, please consider becoming a member on our channels where you can get more information of what we're offering. We offer different things. Hey, Just Living Life. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. So guys, I want to let you know about this real quick fast. It is H2O if you guys are trying to get healthy, which will be part of the segment today, drinking more water. You can get this bottle with my discount code. You'll get 30% off. It's infused water. And right now I have pineapples and orange in the bottom. So when you drink it, oh, it's delicious. So guys, if you're interested in it, it's called Citrus Fusion Flask. The link is in the description of this video. Okay, so we are going to start. And again, I'm going to introduce my guest, Toni Hendrix Green. I'm going to have her tell you a little bit about herself, and then we're going to start the subject. And guys, please interact with us, talk back with us, and let us know what you do to stay sane and to care. And we're going to talk about self-care. After she tells us about herself, I'm going to tell you the definition of self-care that I looked up today. Okay, so welcome in. I think it's Philly Girl. Is that what it is? Philly Girl, Philly Girl. Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, Toni, introduce yourself. Let us know about your page and what you do over there.
Hello, 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 everybody. I am Toni Hendrix Green. I am a health and wellness advocate with a degree in psychology. The objective of my channel is to address the needs of the total man. And health and wellness, with regard to the way that I handle the services that I offer, encompasses 6 different areas of health and wellness. And that is the medical or physical, fitness, nutrition, mental, finance, and also spiritual well-being. And we will eventually talking about a little bit of each of those as we kind of go through. But if definitely, if you have questions, please make sure that you drop those questions in the chat. If for some reason we run out of time and we don't get to your question, or if you have questions after the fact, you can reach out to either one of us and we'll be more than happy to answer your question.
Yes, guys. Thank you all. Hey, Glamour Queen Ryo, how you been, sis? I hope you're staying safe in the storms down here in Florida. Thank you for being here. Hey, Kaylin Wares, how are you? Welcome in. We got Just My Opinion saying hi to you, Toni. Hey, Just My Opinions, how are you? So, guys, I look, and I'm just going to give you a definition. It says self-care prevents burnout, reduces stress, and helps focus on what is important. And it is okay for you to realize to take time out for you. Stop for a moment and do what makes you happy. Now, I always say protect your time, your energy, your space, your peace, your name, and your brand. But we also have to LSG. And if a lot of you have been with me, you know what LSG means. Let stuff go. Well, you know what the stuff means, but let it go. Sometimes you just have to, when you get that feeling of feeling overwhelmed, like you want to explode, that can lead to stroke. That can lead to heart attack. That can lead to vision problems, paralysis. It can lead to a lot. So sometimes you have to stop, deep breathe. We forget to breathe all the time. Sometimes I forget to eat. I be so busy. I get up in the morning, I get to work, I do, and I forget to eat. And guess what? Then later on, I'm like, wow, I got a headache. Girl, you ain't eat. That's what. So we have to remember to stop. Just stop for 20 minutes. Whatever is going on, it'll still be going on. But you have to stop and smell the roses, smell the coffee. Just stop for a minute and reminisce. So we're going to get into, again, what self-care means, mind, body, and soul. And Toni's going to tell you more. And she likes to say, it's also about finance. It's about cluttering your space, or if your space is cluttered. If you have pets, that can help you be more less stressful. You don't know, all these little things can help. So what we want to do here today is take care of yourself first before you take care of others. Not help someone else if you're lacking in your own mind. As they say, don't try to clean up somebody else's backyard if your backyard ain't clean. That's what this. So self-care, we must stop and take time. We have to make it a necessity that we love on ourselves, our husband, our kids, our parents, our jobs, our entrepreneurship, whatever it is. Sometimes this weekend, I'm doing that for me. I'm not doing anything on Saturday and Sunday. I'm not going live on YouTube. I'm not doing it. I might be off, but I'm not going to be on there as much as I normally am. I'm going to relax in the bed. I'm going to eat my snacks. I'm going to take care of me. And then we're going to get into some things that can help you, like being thankful for where you are, whatever state of mind that you're in, or your finances, or wherever you are. Just sometimes you have to just be thankful right in that spot. I know we all want to do that, but you have to remember where you are. There's somebody that always wants to be in your spot. Love yourself because you are so worth it. Especially us women and men, we have to remember that we are worth it. We are worth it. So burnout, nervousness, your sanity, depression, anxiety, all of this is part of self-care. And if you don't do one thing, it could lead to something worse happening. So we want you to, whatever you do, I like to read, I like to journal, I like my garden. And if you guys are not connected to me on my VMAX show, I did a video over there also. Make a spa day for yourself. A lot of this stuff does not cost money. You can get some white towels from the dollar store. You can go in your bathtub and do some candles and just take a shower or a bath. So I'm going to let Toni say some things from here, and then I'm going to come back in.
Well, one of the things, I was listening to what you were saying, and I agree with you 100%, because we're no good to anybody if we're broke down and just kind of depleted of all our positive energy and the things that makes us go. And so quite often when I'm having conversations with different people who are trying to manage their stress, one of the tools that I always recommend that they use is, instead of trying to tackle the entire situation at one time, sometimes you have to take life moment by moment. And I actually had a young lady that I respected quite a bit, and she was dealing with some major stress. And when we talk, what are we going to do tomorrow? My thing to her was, don't worry about tomorrow. Don't even worry about this afternoon. As a matter of fact, don't even worry about 2-3 hours from now. Right now, your focus should be, what you're going to do for yourself to be able to get over this hump in the next 5. It is okay to not think about an hour from now, a day from now, a week from now. Sometimes when the stress level is really high, you have to things literally minute by minute, because that's all that you can handle in that moment. So if you have a lot on you and just trying to make the decisions that you need to make for the next 30 minutes is what's going to help you keep it together, what you do. You only focus on whatever decisions that you need to make in the next half an hour. If you can manage more time than that, then you focus on what the decisions that you need to make for a longer period of time. But we know long before we start experiencing breakdown. We know long before we start experiencing the symptoms of, say for example, anxiety attacks and things like that. We know long before we start seeing those things actually coming into fruition that we know what's about to happen, because we already understand who we are and how we react and respond in different situations. So if you know yourself well enough to know that, you're dealing with a lot, say for example, at home and at work, and you got all this stuff just kind of steady piling up, and you know that the next thing has the potential to make you click, then I agree. You have to take the time to step away. Take a deep breath. Think about what it is that you want out of this situation, and then don't even worry about how to fix it. Just decide for yourself that either you can get this moment or you're gonna have to wait. Because sometimes we have to calm down in order to think properly. Have you ever heard somebody say they can't hear you now? People who are yelling and screaming and freaking, they are not in a place where they can process anything that you might be saying. You have to give them a moment to come down out of that space so they can hear you, because at the end of the day, if they can't hear you, then you can't move through the problem. You can't, maybe there's no solution, but there's a temporary satisfaction where you can step away, think about how, what you want to get out of it, and then come back together at a later date. But if they're so high strung, if they're wound up real tight, they can't hear you. And I don't know if you've ever dealt with anybody like that or not, but I've dealt with, people that are in those situations, not every day, but enough for me to realize when people start acting like that, for me, my personality, I shut down. I immediately stop talking, I stop listening, because at that point, my thing is I'm wasting my energy. So I want to preserve my energy so that we can come back and talk about this with cool, calm, and collect heads.
All right. Toni, I might have you go out and come back in, because I'm listening to it on the phone and you're staticky.
Okay, you want me to do that?
I'll drop the link again.
Okay.
Hello, guys. How are you? Thank you for being here. Thank you. Hey, Shirley May. Hey, Effie, Life of Bliss. I had her go out and come back in. Let's see. Oh, what happened? Did I lose her? Hold on, guys. I might have lost her again. Okay. So when she comes back in, we'll finish up. But yes, guys, thank you all again. What are you doing for yourself for self-care? You do have to take time. It's very important. I know we always say we don't have time or we're too busy, but we must find the time. We must find the time to love on ourselves. Okay. Sometimes we have to put stuff on the back burner, and that's just what we have to do. Learn how. Here she comes. Hold on, guys. Okay. Say something.
How's that?
Okay. That's better.
Okay.
Much better. I was saying sometimes you have to put stuff on the back burner and just stay there. And you really do have to take time for you. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I have been in situations, stressful situations, where I have gotten a headache. I've gotten a migraine. I feel like funny in my body. That's because you're overstressed. Of course, we all have stress, especially now with 18 different things going on since 2020 started. But we can't count 2020 out. We still have what? September, October, November, December. What's it? September, October, November, December. We still got 3 months to make it beautiful. Yes, it's been awful and You know, people have lost people have lost jobs, companies have shut down, but we cannot give up. We have to keep going. And so what I want to say also is it's okay to take time for you, read, journal. Again, the spa day, take time to go on your porch and just listen to the birds sing, drink a cup of tea like with the chamomile. And that's another thing with your health, with exercising, eating right. After we get a certain age, we cannot eat McDonald's every day. Now, once in a while, I'm not saying don't ever eat it. It ain't good for us, but of course we like it. I love my French fries. I ain't gonna lie, but I can't eat that every day. Not every day. Sometimes we have to stop and be an adult, put on our big boy, big girl panties, and say, okay, I can't have that pork today. I can't have, or whatever it is. You have to stop and take care of you. You have one body. And if you don't take care of it, no one else is. Okay. Take a break. Get up from your times, walk around your office, walk outside in the parking lot, in the park, or wherever. Meditate, chant, pray. I pray and I sage, and I love the praying because I feel I can cry and get all that stress out. Watch a movie if it makes you happy, if it makes you cry. Listen to music. That's an awesome thing. Listening to any kind of music, gospel, jazz, rock, whatever is your fancy. Listen to music, something just to get you in a different state. You ever been at work and just been so stressed and you're like, I just want to freaking leave? That's when you need to go to the bathroom and just stop. Just stop. Breathe, because we forget to breathe. You're so riled up, your blood is curling to your brain, and you can have a blood vessel and aneurysm. We have to take care of ourselves, guys. We have to. Sit outside. Just reminisce. Think of a beach. Think of your grandchildren. Think of a happy time when you was a kid riding your bike up and down the street. Anything to shift. When you're in that moment, just stop and shift. You just have to stop, okay? Enjoy a snack. Maybe you have some ice cream that you like and you just want to, enjoy a nice ice cream cone. Again, cleaning your space and having positive affirmations. You guys know I always have positive affirmations. And when I was on Toni's channel the other day, I happened to win. And guess what it was? Positive affirmations. I cannot wait to put all of these up around here so you guys can see. I was like, that was perfect for me. That was perfect. Hey, my daughter's here. Hi, baby. That's my daughter in the military. She just had a baby. Hi.
Congratulations.
Massage yourself. Sometimes lotion. Just massage your hands. You ever just massage your hands and it feels so good? Massage your own neck, your temple. Oh my gosh, this is like so amazing. Just massage your temple, massage your fingers. So I'm gonna let Toni go on, and you tell us some other things that they can do to be in that space and enjoy that time.
Well, I was thinking about, you mentioned about the spa day, and one of the things that was very helpful for me, because I am a thinker, and sometimes we can't because we need to be able to get our sleep. Sometimes you can't sleep because you can't turn your brain off. And so I had someone tell me, "Oh, put a notepad and a pen behind on by your bed or whatever, and write down your thoughts." Well, what that did for me is it made me think even more, because in my mind, I can just pop up at any moment and write that thought down. So I stopped doing that. What I found was helpful was, in order to isolate my thoughts, I literally, especially if the room is pitch black, can go and back in the day when they used to pray, what did they do? They laid out on the floor with their arms out and just connected. And when you do that, you lay out on your face. You don't even have to say anything, but you take time breathing in, breathing out. And eventually what happens, because I'm gonna tell you, when I first get on the floor, my mind is like, "Oh, I could be doing this. Oh, I could be doing this. Oh, I could be doing this." But when I say no, breathe, When you breathe, eventually your mind starts focusing on the breathing and it stops focusing on everything else that you were originally thinking about. And that is a way, it's not meditation, it is just what I call just being still. Because I remember when I was really, really active in the church, my prayer life was much different than what it is. And I used to pray and I used to get so frustrated because the only thing I would hear, God would say to me, be still, be still. And I got so tired of hearing that because I was ready. I was ready, but I wasn't ready. And so sometimes you have to just be still. You have to be still. You have to stop thinking. You have to focus on your breathing. And that's how people like swimmers and athletes and things like that, that's how they're able to build up their stamina and endurance, is because they focus on their breathing. So if you focus on
Fingers
your,
too.
yeah, you focus on your breathing, it helps to isolate your thoughts and get you out of that frame of mind where your brain is just go, 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 go.
It
And
gives you
then,
oxygen.
yeah.
That's why they have those oxygen bars.
Oh, really?
My opinion. So that's my problem. I don't sleep much. I'm always up throughout the night. My body has gotten used to it due to having kids. Well, you need to do something that is going to help you get out of that, because again, guys, you have to take time for yourself. You can't take care of your child if you're stressed out. Toni?
Or tired, because if you're exhausted, they're not getting the best of you. And especially with the age of children that she has, young, like really young kids, they don't understand that mommy's tired. And sometimes you can't, it's like your metabolism is off. You start having problems with your skin. You start having issues with hydration. It's like a domino effect because you need that sleep. Your body needs to rest.
I said that we need to take a nap. I don't care how old you are. Sometimes I go out and I get on live, usually now because I'm only at work one day a week. But sometimes I go to my car and I'll take a power nap. I'll set my phone to a timer to wake me up, because even at 20, 30 minutes of, but this is why God has made us to be up in the day and at night for our body to sleep and rest. Your body can't keep going, do that 24 hours. You have to rest. You have to rest. And guys, we have to remember that. Even on YouTube, we be on here so much. We have to rest. And
I want to, for just my opinions, when my kids were 18 months apart, and I am, we're talking OCD and some of everything else is going on. My kids were on a schedule, and I know this is not for everybody. And I realize that everybody is not going to understand how to manage a schedule, especially if that's not your personality. But my personality dictated that I needed a schedule. I needed my kids to be able to get up at a certain time. They were potty trained because they were on the pot at a certain time. They ate their meals at a certain time. They had their activities at a certain time. And this is how they became so regimented. And so with that being said, I was able to rest at some point during the day because it wasn't always about getting the laundry done or getting the groceries done and things like that. When they went to sleep, that was an opportunity for me to take a nap as well. And so it is possible, especially being the mother of not one, but two young kids, to get your rest during the day if you can't get it at night, but you're going to have to be a little bit more regimented.
Donnell, anything that I know that I can do to help you, you are more than welcome to hit me up on IG. It's the same name, Burns Young Closet. I'm quite sure Toni will tell you the same thing. We only have each other. Man or woman, if we can help you just with one thing to tweak it to help you get better. This is why they tell you guys, if you're tired or if you're stressed, don't drive, because you can drive it and get into an accident because your body is not taking that time to shut your brain off. It's not taking that time to rest. Okay. So I wanted to get into that. I'm glad you said that. Yes. When you don't self-care your skin. Have you ever noticed stress out, you start breaking out? Your body, you get really, really tired. The dehydration. That really is something, guys. And I have a question for everybody. What have you done for you lately?
Mm-hmm.
You done for you? What did you do for you? You can go to the store, and everything doesn't cost a lot of money. You can go to like where I live at, they have a store called Dollar General. You can go to stores like that. You can buy you a foot massage. It's about maybe $15. Have your own little spa day at home. Put your little feet in there when you get home, your little Epsom salt or whatever your salts are, your bath salts. Put your feet in the warm water just to get that. I said massage your hands, massage your temple. Little things like that makes a big difference. The dishes can wait. The laundry can wait. If you just want to snuggle with your spouse, just sit on the couch and snuggle. Watch a movie, or better yet, cut the TV off and you guys just talk. All these little things is part of self-care. And then we're going to get into more, because I know Toni wants to talk about it, more of self-care. So again, your skin can look amazing. Start drinking water. Get your water bottle. Drink your water. Your mind has to be strong. When you get up in the morning, you can't just go into work and start working. Some of us need our coffee. Some of us need a good night's sleep. You have to have, it's steps to this thing. All right, girl, I know it's steps to this thing for your body to be healthy. Again, set a schedule, like Toni said. Get sleep, get the rest. And then we're going to go into this next part. Medical, mental, fitness, spiritual, nutrition, and finance. All of this is part of self-care. And again, decluttering your space. If your space is cluttered, guess what? Your mind is cluttered.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good for that too. I'm the type of person, I'll lay something down, lay something on top of that, lay something on top of that. And after a while, I'm like, okay, I cannot take this. Let me clean. We've all been there. But little steps will help you. So I'm going to let Toni keep on going. I'm going to welcome everyone in. Thank you guys for being here. We got 12 here. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here in the chat. I saw B-Hop Nation come in. Thank you. My daughter said she's in the military, so her sleep pattern is off. She can't change it yet until that goes through. Yes, Donnell Griffin is in the building. Drew's Food. We got my girl Shirley May and Willie Earl. Welcome, welcome, sis. I'm feeling overwhelmed this week. This is helpful. Oh, Donnell, I'm glad this helped you. Little tips does make a difference. There's B-Hop in the building. Just my opinion. Thank you, guys. So I'm gonna let Toni go ahead. I'm gonna just greet you guys. I'm gonna put something in the chat for you.
So one of the tools, the other tools that I use for myself, when I feel like, I have a lot going on and I can't really figure out how to organize, and it's not just like tangible things, it's, mentally as well. I make a to-do list. I don't really focus on the items on the to-do list. One of the reasons that the to-do list is important for me is because it gets everything out of my head and on a piece of paper. And what that allows me to do is to move away from those items that I have to do and focus on something else. And then what I'll do is I'll come back to my to-do list when I don't feel so overwhelmed, and I will prioritize the items on that to-do list. So a good technique to purge your brain of things that it's just too much going on, you can't really process everything at one time. Just grab a piece of paper and something to write with, and just start writing. Don't worry about what order they're in. Don't worry about if what's more important than, the other thing. Just write everything on a piece of paper at the top, put to do, so you can feel like you accomplished something. This is what I need to do. And then put it down. Put it down, even if it's for an hour, if it's for a day, if it's for a couple of days. Get it out of your brain onto a piece of paper and then walk away. Walk away. Give yourself permission to walk away. Because what that does is it allows you to remember, we talked about that taking a deep breath laying flat on your face on the floor. That's what
Prostrate.
you're doing. Yes, that's what you're doing in that moment. By you putting down that to-do list and giving yourself permission to walk away, you are allowing yourself to take that deep breath and say, okay, I can focus on something else right now. That something else could be in the kitchen, preparing your favorite meal because you like to cook, maybe have a glass of
Whatever
wine.
it is.
Maybe you want to focus on, I know one day my husband came in the house and I was sitting in this chair. The light was off, the TV was off, my phone was on the charger, and he came in and was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I am perfectly fine."
That's
Why?
right.
Because I gave myself permission to put down anything that I was dealing with and walk away. And I sat
Yep.
in that dark, quiet room just as
So
happy as I wanted
peaceful.
to be. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to do that. Give yourself permission. There's nothing wrong with that. And I've done that so many times, Toni. I just came home and sat. Now, I want to say something to B-Hop and Donnell. B-Hop, meditation is amazing. But I want you guys to know when you're meditating or you're praying, do just that. Don't worry about, oh, the grocery list. Oh, I got to pick the kids up from school. Or I got to go to the... That's not how you meditate. You meditate and you forget everything and you concentrate on that. Now, Donnell said she doesn't know how to walk away. Let me find her thing. There it is. Toni, I don't know how to walk away. I feel like I need to fix it all right now. You want to talk to her on that, Toni?
So, Donnell, this is what I'm going to say to you. As an adult, right now in your life, 10 years ago, you didn't know how to be the adult that you are today. It took 10 years for you to get where you are and understand who you are and know who you are now. It didn't happen overnight. But at the end of the day, you have to take responsibility for taking that first step. Nobody can
Okay.
force you. Nobody can help you. Nobody can do it for you. But if you never take that first step, you're going to continuously be saying, I don't know how to do that. It is not going to happen overnight. But I promise you, if you take that first step, you're going to look back a week later from this situation and say to yourself, things look a little bit different than they did last week
It'll be
because I
clearer.
took that step. In a month from now, you're going to look back and say, you know what? Things look a little bit different than they did a month ago. But if you stay in that place and you never take that step forward, you're never going to know what you are capable of doing because I know you. And I know that you are capable of putting your mind to and doing whatever it is you want to do. So if you really want to do it, I know you. I know that you will. Yep.
My daughter says she needs some meditation techniques while she's home on leave. Any suggestions? You can either Google that, you can just take time and allow yourself to meditate. If you have to cry, cry, because when you release those tears, that helps. Exercising, guys, is great in the morning because that helps you release those endorphins. Even if it's 30 minutes, it doesn't have to be full impact. It could just be low impact, just where you 10 times like this, 10 times, just something small.
Mm-hmm.
Thing like that will help you. Eating a healthy breakfast, eating breakfast in the morning starts your day. If you don't eat anything at night, like past 9 p.m., and you wake up at 6 p.m., that's kind of like a fast because your body has not intake food. So that's kind of like your fast. So your body is saying, oh, I'm up. I'm ready to move, but I need that energy. So you need to eat a healthy breakfast, a nice breakfast. Get you some orange juice, get you some toast, eggs, whatever you need. And that meditation, let the husband take the baby. Go sit in, like you said, in the corner by yourself. Get you guys a prayer room. Go to your bathroom. My bathroom, so I have a vanity in it. Close the door. Be alone. Sometimes you need to be alone and just breathe. And breathing is so important. And I'm glad Kiki Soul Fitness is here. Welcome in. She's also an awesome content creator, guys. Go check her out. She does the exercises. Let me tell you, Exercising is amazing. And Kiki, if you want to speak on that, you're more than welcome to hop up on the panel also. Donnell says, my mind wanders, like you said, Toni, and I can't stop. You have to, because again, that can lead to other things that could be damaging to your body. Shirley May and Willie Earl says, sometimes even here on YT, trying to go and show up to everyone, becoming overwhelming. Yes, there's nothing wrong with stepping away from YouTube sometimes, guys. I went it this weekend. I'm not doing anything on Saturday and Sunday. I think I have one thing to do on Sunday. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to rest, relax. I'm going to do something I want to do for me, and that's clean up like a space, because I'm trying to move, so I got stuff everywhere. That's what I'm going to do, and that's going to make me feel good. I went out to my garden the other day. I cut down some trees. It was so relaxing to me. I know you guys might say that's relaxing. It was relaxing to me. Yes. Let's see. Teresa's in the building. Hey, sis, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you, Kiki. I'm glad you are here. Thank you, sis. Yes, guys. Drew's Food says, hi, the bathroom is a place of worship. There's a throne. The only thing I would say is don't take no food in there. But other than that, you better and just sit. You don't even have to do anything. You don't even have to sit on the toilet. Like I said, I have a vanity. I just sit on there. Another thing, positive affirmations. Look in the mirror. I'm worth it. I'm beautiful. I'm strong. Say this to yourself. It will help you. Put your little sticky notes around. Whatever you need to put on that sticky note that's going to make you feel better. We don't always need other people's approval to make us feel good. If we don't approve of ourselves, that's the worst thing. Like when you're going for a job. Oh, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to get it. Don't count yourself out before the job can even tell you. You get there and the job might say, congratulations, we want to hire you on the spot. So, Toni, tell us some other things. I know you wanted to speak on that includes self-care. It's not only, taking care of yourself. It's other things that you wanted to speak on.
Specific. Did you have anything specific that you wanted me to?
No, just what you said. You do, like you said, the this medical, the mental. You want to talk about the mental part or the financial part? It's up to you.
So all of this actually ties into, and I was thinking about this earlier, ties into your mental health. Because if you are stressed about finances, that, stress itself ties into your mental well-being. If you are spiritually out of touch, and, a lot of people, when they think spirituality, they're thinking organized religion and things like that. That's not necessarily true. But spiritual well-being has to do with you feeling centered. When you're not centered, that taps into your mental health. When your medical or your physical health is out of whack, your blood pressure is up, you're not eating right, you're not sleeping right, these things, all that ties into your mental health. So if you think about it, everything comes back to your mental health, because, and then you think about it, our bodies are very peculiar. We can live without certain organs. We can live with partial, a part of an organ. But there are two things for sure we cannot live without, and that is your heart and your brain. Those things have to be intact in order for you to be able to function. If your heart is out of whack, it ties into how the rest of your body is going to function. Your limbs start getting tingly, your brain starts getting kind of woozy. I mean, when your heartbeat is not the way that it should be. So that's the way that you should think about your mental health. Think about your mental health as the heartbeat of your total existence. You need to be healthy mentally in order for everything else to be lined up. If you're struggling with mental illness, whether it is a diagnosis or whether it is something that you just notice is not quite right, you need to evaluate these other areas of your life. Can you bring your finances full circle and get it lined back up? Will that make things a little bit less stressful for you? Do you have to be put on medication, or do you just need to go for a run? Perfect example is my husband went to the doctor to get a sleep study, and they couldn't tell me he wasn't gonna have to have a CPAP machine. He got sleep apnea. I know he do. My daddy had it. I done diagnosed him. He went and they told him he does not have sleep apnea. He just needs to lose weight. I was like, what? So you imagine, yes, as something that seems as bad, or you feel like it's as is really extreme for you, may turn out to be something not so extreme. Yes, you might be having financial problems, but if you decide we're going to eat out one day less this week and put that money back into your budget, it may help line things up. It might take a little while, but it might help line things up. If you decide to, I can't run. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a runner. No, but I will walk you to death. I used to be able to walk 3 or 4. Yes, I used to be able to walk 3 or 4 miles. So maybe you can't get out there and, like I saw Donnell say, she ran 4 miles. I wish, but I can tell you this: I can get out there and I can walk. Maybe right now I can only walk half a mile. But if I walk half a mile a day, eventually that half a mile is going to turn into a mile. It's going to turn into 2 miles. And eventually my body is going to start recognizing that this is a healthy thing for me to do. And I'm going to start noticing changes. So therefore, because I'm noticing physical changes in my mind, I'm feeling better about myself. I'm looking a little bit more luscious. I can wear this outfit. Where last week I couldn't wear this outfit. You see what I'm saying? So
skinny jeans, girls, skinny jeans.
Yes, okay. Everything ties together, you know. And then when you start talking about nutrition, well, it doesn't make any sense to exercise and then turn around and eat something that's not good for you. What I will say about that though is, if you, and I don't call them mistakes, if you decide to treat yourself, make sure that you're including balance. If you know, because one of the things I used to do when I was dieting, honey, if I knew that we were going to go out and we was going to get some good food, my breakfast was light, my lunch was light, and I made sure to drink plenty of water. That way I had the opportunity to splurge and it would balance out. So you want to make sure that you are doing what you can to make your finances as balanced as you can possibly make them. It's all right to treat yourself, but just recognize what going overboard looks like. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself, like Vern said, taking care of yourself physically so that everything balances out. Make sure that you're taking time to meditate and kind of get centered so that everything balances out. Make sure that you are actually eating more whole foods and taking care of yourself so that all the exercise is not in vain. And then at the end of all of that, when you stand in the mirror and you are speaking those words of affirmation, they are hitting home because you have put the work in. They're hitting home because you have done what you needed to do in order for yourself to truly believe the words. Because sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you, and you can tell me, Verns, if you've gone through this too. Sometimes when you're going through it and it's rough, you speaking those words, but they not penetrating. But you keep saying them because in your mind, you like, at some point, they're going to penetrate. I'm just going to keep saying them. They're going to penetrate.
Yeah. Hi, Nikki. How are you? And guys, this is a perfect segue. I'm glad you said that. And it may not even be you, but it may be somebody you know. Somebody when they're young, and somebody or their parents are always telling them, "You're ugly, you're bad, you're bad." Stop calling your kids bad, or saying you're never gonna be nothing. You hear that long enough, you think that. As my husband said, you sit in the barbershop long enough, you're gonna get a haircut.
I like that one.
Okay. So you have to say the positive stuff. I don't care if somebody says it nasty to you. You say it, whatever they say to you, you turn it around and you flip it. They say you ugly, you say, I'm so beautiful. Have you ever seen so pretty on the outside, beauty-wise, like model-esque, but they open their mouth, they're nasty and mean and arrogant and awful. But you see someone that's not drop dead gorgeous, but their spirit. get ready to make me cry. Their spirit is so beautiful. You don't even see them as you see them as a aura. Mm-hmm. So for me, guys, I burn sage. That helps me get, in my mind, that helps the energies, help my energy be positive. I was a young widow. I never had therapy. If somebody would have told me you needed therapy, mental counseling, that may have helped me, but I never went to therapy. So don't feel like, oh, I go to therapy, I'm weak. You're not weak if you do therapy. Some of us need that. Mm-hmm. Eat your fruits, eat your vegetables. You don't have to buy a whole lot. Buy 3 or 4. You have apples, oranges, grapes. Wash your fruits off before you eat them. Clean your cans and stuff. I have a savings plan that's going to start, I believe, on October 1st. 30 days, you can save up to $500. I don't know about you, but $500 can come in handy to me. You can do a lot with $500. So every day, and I'm when October 1st comes, I'm going to do a live stream on it again because I've been doing it since I've been on. But it helps, and a lot of people enjoy it. So if you're having financial problems, that $500 may be able to help you pay off a bill, get your car fixed, get your roof fixed, or whatever little minor thing that may come up. Because if you're a homeowner, you don't have a landlord. You're the landlord. Mm-hmm. So when it breaks, you have to pay for it, or you have to repair it, or get a maintenance man. So all of this stuff, guys, comes into play. Like she said, with the finances, your mental health, your spirituality, fitness and nutrition, your medical. If you know that you have high blood pressure, mm-hmm. take your medicine. Mm-hmm. We don't want to see you passed out on YouTube on the camera because you didn't take your medicine and now you're passed out. If you know you can do all these food challenges, don't do it. There's nothing wrong with you saying, I'm not able to do that. Learn how to say no. I know it's hard because I'm that person. But lately, I've been, my no been strong. Let me tell you, my no's been strong. And okay, you have to say no. Don't put so much on your plate that you are overwhelmed, but the person that you're helping is fine because you're overwhelmed. Yeah, you're doing their job. Just like with YouTube, sometimes you have to step away. Look, I know there's 6 people going live tomorrow. I can't go to everybody live. I'm doing me. If I miss one, you'll be okay. So you have to take that time. Again, my question, what have you done for you lately? What have you done for you that have made you feel empowered, that have made you feel beautiful, that have made you feel, I'm so happy I did that? I say this when you're going shopping, because I'm a shopaholic. I love my purses. If I'm going shopping and I see a purse, I'm just going to say it's $100. I always ask myself, do I need that purse or do I want that purse? I wait 3 days. If it's still in my mind and I have the funds, I'll get it. But if it's like, what did I even go there for? Then I don't purchase it. You have to do what's right for you. So I'm going to let Toni take it from here, and I'm going to go back to the chat and see. Welcome in, Nikki Nichols is in the building. Ms. T Velocity, welcome in. I see Foodie Squad in the building. Mm-hmm. Welcome in, everybody. Yes, it is facts. Hey, Jaden. Rachel says, and I feel good about the results. Sometimes it's getting up to do it. Yes, sometimes you're exercising. You see the people on the TV exercising, you sitting there eating your bag of chips. Well, that's not going to help you lose that weight, honey. You got to get up. Like I said, it doesn't have to be full force exercising. You can do low impact. Low impact exercising is amazing. You still feel that endorphin in you. Speak life and wisdom into our princes and princesses. Yes, when you keep telling the child they're bad, you ain't never going to be nothing, they tend to believe it. And we all know we are kings and queens, and we can achieve a lot whatever we put our mind to. If you manifest that thing, whatever that thing is for you, like your YouTube channel. Who would ever thought you would be here and be monetized? I know I didn't. because I didn't get on for that in the beginning. I got on just to watch videos and just to find my family, and look what it turned into. But you have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe yourself, how do you expect me to believe you? If I go to the store and they have mannequins in there, but they have on the same clothes that they had on in December, I don't think I want to shop there, because they didn't have enough sense to change the clothes. What make you think I want to shop there? So what I'm going to say is, manifest it and believe it yourself, whatever it is, whatever that dream. If you think you could be a doctor, go for it. If you think you could be a nurse, go for it. If you think you could be an entrepreneur, a principal, a janitor, I don't care what the job is. If you think you can purchase a home, you can do it. But you have steps to purchase that home. You can't just say, oh, tomorrow I'm going to buy me a house, and you ain't got a dime the first. You have to be on your job 2 years. You have to have some funds saved. You have to have your credit in order. There's a process. Trust that process. Take the steps to lose weight. You have to eat better. You have to drink your water. You have to exercise. If you don't love exercising, start slow. But you have to take baby steps. And once you're doing that, you'll see it better. As like I said, when people saying to kids, you're ugly and you're bad. If you start telling yourself, oh no, I'm beautiful. Oh, I'm smart. Oh, I'm intelligent. After a while, like I said, you'll believe that thing and you'll start seeing it happen. You'll start seeing it. When you speak positive, it does come back, guys. It really, really does. So I'm gonna let Toni go over and say what she wants to say now. Go back to the chat. I agree with that about the beauty inside and out. Yes, it is. Foodie Squad is in the building. Thank you. I just started therapy this year. Never thought I needed it. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that if that's going to help you and your sanity. You can't take care of your family if you ain't sane. Our community are so uninformed about mental health. Yes. Yeah, and it doesn't mean you're crazy or nothing's wrong with you. But like I said, if someone would have told me you need to go to therapy, I would have went. Nobody offered it to me, and I didn't know. So my crutch, as I say, was Jesus. I went to church, and that's how I got where I was, because I could have easily gave my kids up for adoption. I could have easily. I was young. They would have took them with no problem. But why? You know. Hi Jaden, how are you? Welcome in. Donnell says, I have a therapist and used to feel ashamed to tell people, but I don't anymore because she helps me. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, T Velocity, thank you. This talk is really helping me to realign myself and focus. This is good stuff. Great reminder. That's what we want. We wanted it to help everyone. So Toni, whatever you want to talk about, hon, you can.
So one of the things that I wanted to bring up is that, anybody who knows me know what my all-time favorite movie is The Color Purple. Well,
I love it.
Yes, one of the things that happened in the movie was Celie was writing letters to God. Remember, that's how the movie came on, Dear God, right? So this is a good reminder for people who either cannot afford therapy, feel like therapy is not something that they need, feel like it's embarrassing, whatever your perfect reason, because that reason is perfect, because that's your reason for not doing it. Writing Vern's mentioned about journaling. That's something else that I do as well, and I've always done that, and I've always felt comfortable with that. But writing in your journal, as if you're writing to someone, is far more therapeutic than just writing your thoughts down. The reason that is because you tell yourself that you're having a legitimate conversation. You can say on those pages to that fictitious person, or even if it's a real person, if somebody at your job got on your nerves, stressed you out, whatever's going on, and you're trying to keep from rocking the boat, and you decide you're going to write it in your journal, you can actually write to the person that caused or that was partially responsible for the stress that you're feeling. Nobody can make you feel anything. They can contribute to it, but they can't make you feel anything or react in a certain way. So you can write in your journal to that person, get everything you need to get off of your chest. And what this does is it allows you to organize your thoughts and prepare you in case you have to go have a conversation with that person. Why is that important? Because by the time you get through scribbling these strong, powerful, potentially negative emotions on this paper, all of that stuff is out. You have purged it. And then sometimes what happens is you'll go back and read it and be like, you didn't realize that you were feeling that intently or intensely about that situation. Maybe you wrote something in your journal to that person that gave you insight about how you really feel about that person or how you really feel about something that they did. Maybe something that they did triggered something in you that you needed to talk to somebody about anyway. But if you get it all down on a piece of paper in your journal, whatever, it allows you to refocus your thinking so that you can have a civilized, calm, and respectful conversation. So if you have a journal and you're just writing, this is what I did today, things like that. I went here, I went there, this is what I ate. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I want to do is implore you to also use your journal to have conversations with people about things that made you feel some type of way. Because there are people who have done things to me, and I may never see those people ever a day again in my life. But if I write down in my journal the conversation I want to have with them, then, and I've done it already, I know that that will bring me some type of closure, because you may never see this person ever again. So if you are hinging your closure for this situation on having a live conversation with this person and you never see them again, then guess what you're doing? You're walking around with this baggage because you're waiting for your chance to read them up one way and down the other. And it may never happen. So you have to get in the habit of purging yourself of anything you feel weighed down. So they're good news. But the person we want to share the good news with is not around. Write it in your journal. I got a promotion today. I got a raise today.
You buffering, Toni. Yeah,
can you hear me now?
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. But yeah, so you know, it don't have to always be negative things. It can be positive things as well.
Yeah, she was freezing. She was. She's back. I think she's back. Guys, anything you do, 21 days is a habit. So think of that. Do it for 21 days. It turns into a habit because you start doing it over and over again. And what Toni was saying, protect your energy, protect your time, protect your space, protect your peace, especially if someone has done something to you. That journaling is amazing because now you're giving yourself the power. You're not letting them have the power over you. Perfect example. If someone was, as a child, they were, attacked, or someone was picking on them, or they were abused as a child, you can't really say to that aunt, uncle, mother, father, or whoever it was, I hate you or whatever, you just can't. Write it down and get all that out. Whatever, I don't care, from A to Z, you wanted to say to them, write it on that paper. You're releasing it and you're taking your power back. They no longer have the power to make you feel inferior. Like rape victims, they may not be able to get to the person that raped them, man or woman. So they write it down, and it makes them get their power back. You have to be responsible for you. I don't care what it is at your job, at your home, your husband, your kids. If you don't take care of you and you're sick, who's going to take care of you? As I say about YouTube, mind your business, not mind your business. But if YouTube is your business and you're paying attention to it and you're putting up videos, you're going live, no one else is going to run your channel for you. So if you don't take care of your channel, how do you think it's going to thrive and grow? You have to do it. It's the same with your body, with your mind, with your spirit and your soul. All of this is connected. All of this is connected. Let it go, whatever it was. Like Toni said, write it down. All of this is part of self-care, not self-love, self-care. Your mental capacity, your mental state. Have you ever seen someone that was fine and everything was going good, and then 2 years later you hear they had a nervous breakdown? Because they didn't take time to stop and take care of themselves because they're so busy. They're on the go, they're running, they're doing. Stop. There's nothing wrong with it. Just stop and say, you know what? Like Toni, I love that. Stop and go in a room and close the door. And if you have a pet, a cat or a dog, have you ever just sat there and rubbed them and just forget? And they don't move because they love it that you're rubbing them. But that helps you too. Like in the nursing home, when the people have pets or cats or dogs, you see how happy they get? Because they're taking time for them. Okay, go ahead, Toni. Somebody, I'm gonna read the chat. They said it was freezing. Okay, yep, she should be back now. And thank you for joining my live stream yesterday. I really, truly. Oh, you're welcome, Stella's Place. You're welcome. Thanks so much for coming in. Yes. Donnell said, I do journal and never thought about writing down a potential conversation. Yes, speak some more on that, Toni. Yes, that will help. Oh, you're welcome, B-Hop. Thank you. B-Hop Nation is another amazing channel, guys. He does positive affirmations. Check him out. He just got monetized, so go over there and support him. We love you too, B-Hop. Him and Aunt Maddie is his wife. Sorry, it was shaky. Yes, sorry, it was, but steak. I don't know what that means. Okay, I think he meant it was shaky. Keep your head up, remain strong in your faith, and know that you are not alone. Yeah, you're not alone. We're all in this, especially with this COVID-19. A lot of people have lost family. I know there was a minister on here. I'm still connected to her. She lost her husband like late March. I remember when he got sick, and she was like, the devil's trying to take us out. And sure enough, COVID took her husband's life. Never would have thought of it. They were divorced and they got remarried and they dated for a long time. And this is like her second marriage to him. So it was like a love story. Yes, Uncle has great motivation. Can someone delete the link? I'm sorry. Can someone delete the link? Uh-oh, did you drop a link? Yeah, Ace Deuce. Shirley May, this is a great live, isn't it? I appreciate your sense of humor on your channel. Yes, they're awesome, guys. They're really funny. Go over there and check them out. Very informative. Oh, thank you so much for your kind words. Awesome. Yes, talk about some more that they can do, Toni, for self-care, especially the positive affirmations. I love that.
So B-Hop is one channel that, he does the positive affirmation. One thing I did want to touch on is I am a person who I connect well to water. And so when another thing that I used to, yes.
Me too.
Yes. Another thing that I used to do when I had trouble sleeping was I downloaded this app on my phone, and it would have the rain and different sound effects, whether it was hitting on a tin roof or up against the glass or different things like that. I could include like lightning and thundering and different things like that. And so it helped me to sleep. I noticed there are lot of channels on YouTube that have that sort of thing. So if you're a person that connects with nature, it doesn't necessarily have to be water. It could be birds, it could be the wind, it could be any number of things. This is another tool that you could use to help bring you mentally and and help you center spiritually so that you process things a little better. So that's another tool that I want to put out there. And Burns, I heard what you said. Have you ever tried anything like that?
Like what? Oh.
With the like the app that I was talking about with the rain, and have you ever like just meditated to that, or have you ever used anything like that to help you kind of center yourself?
Yeah. Do you have YouTube on, Toni? Turn it down. I can hear echo.
Oh,
okay. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. All right, let's see now. Okay.
Okay.
Positive affirmations. Yes. I have an app on my phone for those too, Toni. Those do help. Yes, that is soothing. I'm like Toni, I connect with the water. So, and I know a lot of people don't freak out, guys, but I've been to Bermuda twice. And the first thing people say to me, the Bermuda Triangle. Well, I wasn't thinking about that when I was going. I was thinking about the beautiful blue beach, the water. And when I got there, guys, okay, first of all, on a cruise is huge. But when you're in that ocean, that ship that you're on is literally this big. You really get in touch with that outer body experience of being with God. It's amazing. If you have not been on a cruise, you guys have to go. So once we got to Bermuda, which was amazing, and I went to the beach, it was like I was at home. I'm gonna ready to cry. I was at home. It was an amazing feeling. And I like, if I ever get enough money, I'm buying a house over there. It was that amazing to me. It's like I need to be there. The water and how blue it was, and so how tranquil. It was like it spoke to me. It literally spoke to me. And I claim Bermuda now. And I told them, I said, I'm a Bermudian. They was like, you're welcome, because I've been there. So now they know me. But this year we couldn't go because of this. But I would have went this year too. And I guess if I go to Jamaica or any of those islands would also be the same. But yeah, the water speaks to me. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, so if you're a person that connects with nature, that is definitely a good tool to be able to help you relax. If you and this is a way to turn your brain off, like you were talking about meditating and not thinking about a bunch of other things. If you have something else to focus on, then your mind doesn't wander. And so for me, it's water. I know some people, they love the sound of birds. Some people love the sound of trees rustling. Some people love the sound of, um, and I know this is weird, but I actually know somebody that like this, horns. There are like these, like the horns at the ship,
Mm-hmm.
the cruise ship, and then
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the big rigs, but they're
Mm-hmm.
not loud. They're very mild and
Subtle.
they're the right tone. So everybody connects with things a little differently. So you figure out what that is for you. And like I said, they're not just apps on your phone, but
Mm-hmm.
there are channels on YouTube where you can listen to this stuff for hours if you want to.
Yeah.
And so that's a good tool to help you get centered,
Mm-hmm.
to decompress, and just kind of let it all go, you know?
Right.
Mhm.
Whatever helps you, like Designs by Capro said, they like the painting. If
Mhm.
painting helps you, I can't draw or nothing, but if painting helps you, I like to just listen to instrumental music. Sometimes I don't even need the words. You know, I just hear that is like sometimes I hum. I like to hum a lot of gospel songs. And my favorite one is I Need the Oil. And all week, I don't know, it's just been on my mind. I just sing it. I need the oil. I need thee. It just puts me in a different space. It puts me in a calm space where I can cry and it's soothing to me. Sometimes when you cry, guys, it's helpful. So if you have to go somewhere alone and you have to be in your private space, in your secret closet or whatever is your area, go in there and just cry, laugh, whatever you need to do. Read a book. Some people like reading. I love to read. I can read all day. So whatever is your fancy, do something for you. Like Toni said, give yourself permission to stop and love on yourself. It doesn't matter what it is. What have you done for you lately? What have you done for you? Like, this is one of my pet things, and Toni knows this. I work in HR. I hate when people at the end of the year, yeah, girl, I got 45 days left. Well, that's because you didn't take a vacation. Take your time. That vacation time for a reason, because they want you to have work-life balance. They give you the time. It was hard for people back in the day, like the 30s and 40s, to get time off from the job. They had to from sun up to sundown. So now it's a law that a job has to give you PTO or ETO or whatever they call it. People call it different things. Earn time off or paid time off or whatever, sick time. Take it. Don't wait until the end of the year, have all these days racked up. That means you were giving all your time to that job and you didn't spend time with your family. You didn't spend time on you. If they give you 45 days, look, I'm taking my 45 days and a little bit more. Okay? But I'm saying people don't take the time. Do you know anything about meditating and breathing? Let them know how it's so important to breathe, guys. That affects your body. Like she said, with the mind and the heart, they work together.
I used to have not really panic attacks, but anxiety. Because the OCD and just different, very regimented. I grew up in a very regimented household. And I remember one time when I felt it coming on, and I literally could feel my heart like it was pounding out of my chest, because of the fact that I recognized what was about to happen to me. What I did is I stopped what I was doing. I put my arms and my hands down to my side, and I held my breath for as long as I could. Because in my mind, if I could hold my breath, by the time I exhaled, I would be able to exhale and push everything out, and then take another deep breath and just hold it for as long as I could. And anybody standing on the outside looking at me would probably think I was having, you know how the kids have temper tantrums and they hold their breath? That's probably what they would have thought if they looked at me. But what I was trying to do was to prevent an anxiety attack by trying to slow my heart rate down. And by me going through the steps of taking, because when you take the doctors say breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. They're trying to gauge your lung function. So when you decide you're going to take a deep breath, just like your paycheck, you want all of it. You want all of it. Don't take a deep breath and make it shallow. You want to take a breath that's so deep it feel like the air came from your toes. You want to pull it all the way in, and then you want to give your body a chance to enjoy it by holding it for a few seconds. And then when you push it out, you want to push it out with every ounce of your fiber, because what you're doing is you're getting rid of everything that you don't need. And then if you have to do that a few times, I promise you by the third or fourth time, you're going to take just a very short inhale, exhale, and then you'll sit there. And I know I was like, okay, I'm good now. I'm good now. What was I upset about? You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. So you're right. Breathing is essential because one, we need it.
And we forget.
Yeah. And that's how, people get into trouble because sometimes, and I don't, it's not just the babies, but as an adults, we can forget to breathe too. And it's not about your natural air, but it's about um the thing that makes you feel better. So I was thirsty and I was drinking Powerade. I was taking it back. But do you know I was still thirsty? When I grabbed that bottle of water and start drinking that water, that's what quenched my thirst. It's the same way with breathing. You walk around here and you breathe just normally any other time. But the minute your body senses something that's out of the ordinary, some type of panic, you're going to need your deep breathing is like your bottle of water. You're going to need that deep breathing and you're going to need that pause because that is what's going to make the difference in how you champion whatever it is that you're going through. So think about it that way. My deep breathing is like my water that quenches my thirst.
And don't get overwhelmed. Stop doing so much. Don't overwork yourself at work. If someone asks you to take on projects and you know you can't, say no or say, unfortunately, I ain't going to be able to do it. That is my motto for the 2020. I ain't going to be able to do it. Because now you're cutting into my me time, and my me time is important for me. It may not be important for you, but it's important for me.
Mm-hmm. And I had somebody ask me once, Vern, because I'm one of those kind of people, and I really had to call them on this. I'll get through with my work fast, not because I was rushing, but that's just I work at a certain pace, and I understand about how to organize my priorities in order for me to get my responsibilities taken care of. So what I noticed is that they took notice of that and they wanted to give me other people's work. And so I made the comment to them
Been there.
yeah, I made a comment to them that made them take a step back and look at me like, what is that supposed to mean? I said, I'm sorry. I don't have the capacity for that. I'm sorry. I don't have the capacity for that. Their response was, what exactly does that mean? It means exactly what I'm saying. I've done my work.
Nice way.
Yeah. I don't know. And I wasn't trying to be ugly, but my thing is, I don't know how to break it down for you any more than that. I don't have the capacity. If you don't have the capacity for something, you don't have room for it. Because my thing is, you're paying me to do my job. And I'm not saying I don't help people, but I'm not taking on other people's responsibility because they either don't want to do the work or they don't want to figure out how to do the work. And so now I have to. And so that was one statement. I'm sorry. I don't have the capacity for that.
Yep.
You might have to say it like that.
You might have to. I used to work at a gym, and they would always ask me. I would work my regular job, and then I would come in because I lived close. Oh, could you open? Oh, could you close? Oh, this person didn't come in. So I said, look, when I come back from Bermuda, I gave them 3 months notice. When I come back from Bermuda, I will be putting in my resignation. I guess they thought I was joking. So I put it in. While they still asking me, I said, didn't I tell y'all my last day is next Saturday? I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to be able to do it. And like you said, we have to say it in a tone because your tone is everything. But I gave you enough warning, and you guys are not going to run me ragged, have me coming all the time because this person and this person always calling in. I didn't have lunch breaks. I was there by myself, opening and closing. I'm like, you guys are taking advantage, and no, I ain't going to be able to do it. here's my resignation. And I guess they thought I was joking. I said, here's your key. It's in the safe. Adios, amigos. And I liked it, but they were taking advantage. And like you said, the person that's supposed to come in would always call or come. Or they supposed to be at 11. They call at 10:45. I ain't gonna be able to make it. Didn't you know that 3 hours ago? So now I'm stuck. Manager don't want to come in because they home. I said, you know what? I got to do what's good for me. They see you running and want to load even more on you. Yes, because they know that you can handle it, but that doesn't mean to overwhelm you. And you also have to learn how to say no and step back and say, I cannot help you. I cannot. What'd you say, Toni? I don't have the capacity for it. I don't have the capacity for it. You know, in a bus or you're in a hotel or a club or something, and they say, or an elevator, the maximum is 250 pounds. You can't 300 pounds, 250 is the max. Capacity, boo.
Yeah.
And that's how your body is. Your body is saying your blood pressure is here. You're at capacity. You're going to blow. No, you're going to stop. You're going to breathe. You're going to get that mental mind right. And you're going to do something for you. You're going to do something that you enjoy.
And don't be afraid to compromise. Because my whole thing too is that if you know that they're, especially if you know that they're trying to take advantage of you, but there's something that you want, it could be a day off, it could be leaving early, it could be, it could be a raise, it could be any number of things. Do not be afraid to use what is presented to you as an opportunity for you to take advantage to get something that you feel like you need and deserve. Because that may be the door that is naturally supposed to be opening for you. But you have to recognize it. You have to recognize it. If you know that you want to leave early on a Friday and they're asking you to do certain things, to me, that's a opportunity for you to introduce that as a, what's the word I'm looking for? As a, not a requirement, but as leverage. You want to be able to use that as bargaining, as a bargaining opportunity. Don't be afraid to do that. Why? Because that is you investing in your self-care. Go home in the middle of the day. Oh, yes, ma'am. I'll take that.
Bye.
Yes, because you're not in the office. You're out doing something you want to do, even if it's coming straight home and getting in your bed. But you've used you've used your opportunity. If they're going to ask you to do more, then you have a right to negotiate. Can we talk about this? I need this. If I do this, is this doable? Don't be afraid. There's nothing wrong. You're not using anybody, but you're not going to let them use you either.
That's right.
And that all of that has to do with self-care. You're taking care of you. Because what you're doing is you're identifying your worth. Yes.
Like when you put in your vacation, they know you going in 2 more weeks. They wait until the week of, oh, do you think you can postpone your vacation? No, I cannot. Nope, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Sorry. Life of Cleo, birthday girl is in the building.
Hey, Virgo's in the house.
Yeah, and I think Brown Girl Bella's was yesterday too.
Yeah, I missed the
girl.
Like
how you put the compromising topic. Yes. Yes, because we have to learn how to love on ourselves, inspire ourselves, take time for ourselves. Been at home, for those of you that have families and the sink is full of dishes, the garbage is full, and you just want to explode, that's when you stop and you say, that garbage can wait, those dishes can wait, I'm going to take me a bath and read me a good old book, and if it don't get done, it don't get done. Sometimes you have to.
Yeah. And one of the things that I use in, for me, if when I see that on a regular basis, I say to everybody involved, if we can't function as adults and know when something needs to be done and just do it, I'm gonna have to get a calendar. I'm gonna have to create a schedule, and that way I know who's not pulling their weight. And we're gonna have to address it because it is not fair for one person to do all the cooking, for one person to do all the cleaning, for come on, we all live here. So that is another tool, is
Right.
that because you can't scream and holler at the top of your lungs no matter how much you want to. So
Lost a
sometimes
blood vessel.
you have to introduce a tool. And the tool is, if we can't get this thing together under just basic circumstances, we're gonna have to create a schedule. So that way everybody is doing their part.
Mm-hmm. Um, I was seeing what they were saying here. Okay, Shirley, I know she said she had to leave. Thank you, Shirley, for stopping in. But guys, the whole point of this is self-care. With all of this, the COVID-19 going on and the parents homeschooling the kids, and I want to say this, I want to say it respectfully, but some parents don't have the capacity to show a child how to do homework because maybe they either didn't finish school themselves or they don't understand this new math, because I don't understand this new math. And I love math, but this new math, I'm like, why? But whatever. Um, Reach out, ask for they do have the teachers that are online that are there to help your children to get back on track. If you have a computer or it's not working or you don't have the charger, talk to the schools. They have all this equipment to help you out. Um, because your kids are at home, don't feel like the school is your babysitter. This is a time when you can take them to the park. You can go to the park and do their homework at the park on nice days. You can because not a lot of restaurants and stuff are open, but go in the car and just take a ride. You have to find other things to do, because if you sit there and you get overwhelmed and stressed out, now you're sick. Who's going to take care of your family?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Stella's secret place. Self-care is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. And yes, Cleo is a nurse. I know she understands through this pandemic. I know she's been overworked, and it may not have been able to get to her YouTube channel and things of that nature. And I know she takes care of her mom. If you're a wife or a husband and you're taking care of your spouse and your spouse is ill, and I've been there, and I tell people all the time, yes, we're taking care of them, but the caregiver, person that's the caregiver, needs, I'm a motivator. Sometimes I need somebody to motivate me because I'm always doing it. But then when I'm ready for it, I don't get it. So I take my time and I pray and I meditate. You have to take time out for you, because the mental capacity, guys, we're all stressed out in this crazy time that we have going on. So we have to make sure we self-care. I don't care if you sit there and cut your toenails. I don't care if you sit there and paint your toenails, roll your hair, put your makeup on, take your makeup off, take a nap and get rest. That is so important. You have to get rest. Your body is made to be awake, quote unquote, in the daytime hours. This is why at night they tell you take your rest.
Mm-hmm.
When you take your rest, that is for your body to rejuvenate. The same as when a woman has her cycle, that is her body cleansing and cleaning itself. God has given us that.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't, we would have gunk all inside of us. But he cycle for it to clean us out. And that's what you have to do with your mind. You have to clean your mind out. You're at work all day. You're stressed. You got to come home and cook, clean, go to the laundromat, cook, take the garbage out. I'm just saying, it's so much. We all get stressed and overwhelmed. We all get there. We've all been there.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you have to tell your kids no. Tell your grandkids no. Tell your husband, I need me time. When the malls and stuff was open, you can go to the mall and sit. Go to get some ice cream. Take a drive. Window shop. Whatever makes you happy. Read a book. Go sit in your garden. Go visit an old folks home and sit there and talk to them. Whatever that thing is that is going to make you feel better. And I'm stressing this, guys. What have you done for you lately? So important. Yes, if you don't take care of you, you can't care for others. True.
Mm-hmm.
And like nurses and doctors, they are so overworked, but they cannot work 3 shifts back to back without getting 8 hours sleep. They have to get their rest. You want a doctor working on you and they don't have sleep? You want somebody on that airplane and they haven't gotten rest? No.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody driving that train and they haven't, the truck drivers, perfect example. They tell the truck drivers to pull over and take your rest, take a nap. That's why they have those cabins where they can sleep. Today my mind has felt like a ball of yarn that has been frazzled. Oh, Donnell, I'm sorry. Life of Cleo said, yes, Miss Toni, I really like your hair.
Thank you.
Do whatever it is, guys. And a lot of this stuff don't even cost money.
Mm-hmm.
So, Toni, you want to touch on something else about what they can do to self-care? If you see, I'm going to just say this. If you see a YouTuber and you haven't seen them in a while, send them a little message. Hey, how you doing? You never know what somebody's going through. And that
That's
word,
right.
just saying, hey, Toni, how you doing today, could make their day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I want to challenge everyone as a homework assignment to take 30 minutes out of your day. I don't want you to skip a day because we have literally 24 hours in each day and you're up for the bulk of that. Take 30 minutes out of your day every day to do something different for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't been journaling or just writing or whatever, one day just try writing. It don't have to be in a journal, a book, or whatever. Just grab your piece of paper, try writing. If you haven't in a really long time, put on some nice music and just sat back with your eyes closed and just took in all the instruments. Because I have this thing about on my channel when I do the music therapy, the instruments are having conversations with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to the instruments talk to each other. See what they say to you. What story are they telling? Because what happens is it draws you into the music and you actually start hearing things in something you probably heard a million times and never even paid attention to. If you love to cook, but say you haven't been able to really cook the way you wanted to, take a minute, and it might take longer than 30 minutes. Think of a dish that you haven't had in a long time. Find you a recipe if you don't know how to fix it. Get the
Mm-hmm.
ingredients, get in that kitchen and whip it up. And then when you sit down to eat, before you eat, after you pray, you say to yourself, I did this. I did this and I did it for me. If you haven't gone for a walk and it's a beautiful day outside, there's a park nearby, there's a trail nearby. It doesn't matter, even if you just walk around the block. Get out, put your tennis shoes on, go for a walk around the block. You'd be surprised. Maybe a new neighbor moved in. You don't know. You've been in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, you know, just think of something that you can do for yourself that's different. And the reason that it's important for you to do something different is because we are already in a routine. We're already in a routine.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I'm trying to get you to do is to think outside the box, to step outside of your norm, to challenge yourself to take a chance that something else will bring you peace and happiness. And let it not be something that you do every day. For 30 minutes, I challenge you. That's your homework assignment. Do something for 30 minutes a day, but it has to be for yourself that either you have never done or you haven't done in a really long time, and it makes you feel good.
Enjoy a snack. Clean something. You know, you ever just seen your cabinet? You like, I just want to clean my cabinets out, change the spices around or something, and it makes you feel better. Clean my backyard because we have a lot of trees and sometimes the branches fall. And me and my husband, we'll just get out there, put on some music. He'll have his beer. I have my little wine cooler. We get out there, clean the yard. But about an hour or two later, when it's clean, we're like, wow, like you see, you did something for you that makes it better. And I just want to show you this, guys. I won this on Tony's thing, and look what it says. Do something that makes you happy. Do something that makes you happy. Not your husband, not your mom, not your dad, not your kids, not your job. You do something that makes you happy. Cleo said, but sometimes people don't understand. Yep, they don't. That's why you have to make it plain without being mean and nasty, but firm. I believe in being firm. Let them know that what'd you say, Tony? I'm at my capacity. I love it. At my capacity, okay? Our happiness are in our hands. Yes. Yes. I won some of those from Tony. I got those out today. Tony, you looked at them and they made me smile. Yes. It's like you're in your office and you're working, and that office person always coming to your desk. Get up before they come in there. Or if you see them coming, and walk toward the door. This way you're kind of blocking their energy from coming in at the same time. Hey, yeah, how you doing? Look, I'm going to the copier. Sometimes you got to do that to people because they'll sit there and you'll never get your work done. You have to protect your mental capacity, your time, your space. Your time is so important. You can't get that back. Like Tony said, it's only 24 hours in a day. I know we need 28, but it's only 24. And I refuse to let you mess up my sleep routine. Because
I'm really into aromatherapy. I love aromatherapy. I love the smell of essential oils. I love the smell of candles, because of what I noticed is it changes my mood.
It does.
And so I used to buy candles. I remember one time I had so many candles around my house. My mother visited me. She was like, girl, you got a seance going on up in here. It was so many, but they were all the same scent. And it's just something about, I had all the lights off, and it was something about going from room to room to room. And the scent, it just took me to a place where, girl, I was just smiling and grinning. Next thing I know, I went there, ran me some bubble bath, had the bubbles up here. And by the time I went to sleep, I was so relaxed and calm. And 2 days ago, because I had organized my pack system, I found a candle that I purchased. It hadn't even been burned. And so I lit it, and I've lit that candle ever since I found it. And it's been sitting here in my office. And that's why I turned around just a second ago, because I got a whiff of it. And I was like,
I got my candle burning right there, girl. And you see I have all my candles here. But yes, Donnell, you can ask a question. You can either come up if you want, or you can ask it in the chat. It's up to you. If you don't want to show your face, you can put the avatar on. Whoever wants to let us know what you do to self-care for you, not anyone else, for you. Let us know in the chat, or click the link and come up. But yes, you have to do those things, like she said, with the candles, the bubble bath, whatever it is. Give yourself permission. It is okay for you to take time out for you. It is okay. Don't let anyone guilt you into that. That's like when someone dies, they tell you, oh, well, in my case, let me put that back. In my case, I was a young widow. Oh, you'll be all right. You'll find somebody. Well, right now, my husband is deceased and I'm not trying to find somebody. I need to grieve in my time. Don't rush me to grieve. Donnell says, when I have told people, I'm sorry, I can't take your call or text right now, then I get asked, well, why are you mad at me? I feel the need to explain to them. Nope. Nope, nothing's wrong. You want to touch base on that? She doesn't have to explain.
And I understand where she's coming from, because I used to be that person that every time somebody said something to me, if I responded and then they came back with something, I felt like I had to break it down. And I've gotten to the point in my life now where I don't feel the need to do that. Because I feel like once I start doing that, I actually wind up repeating myself, because they're not getting what I'm saying to them. And so what I would say to you, Donnell, is, and this is not to be ugly, you don't owe anybody any explanation, because at the end of the day, you're the manager of your time, because that is your time and you are your own individual. And sometimes people just have to learn to back off. They have to learn to back off, because the best way to love somebody is by paying attention to their reaction to some of the things that you say and do. Because sometimes we don't know when we hurt people. Sometimes we don't know when we're crowding people. Sometimes we don't know when we're offending people. But if we just stop and pay attention to the reaction based on what you've said, will tell you. So sometimes people just have to learn to back off, and that is not your problem. That is their problem.
Hey, Eat to Live Strong and End This World. We are just talking about self-care and what have you done for you lately. We want to know what you have done for yourself. And Edna, you missed it. I was talking about being a caregiver. People don't realize you're the caregiver, but you need someone to ask, how are you doing? She said, what you want? You were calling your name? Yeah.
So why don't you all let us know what things you're doing, or an example of something that you do for yourself when you feel like you're in a place where you need that personal, undivided attention focused on you. What do you do?
Again, going to therapy is okay, guys, because you get to talk about things that you may not be able to talk to with your spouse, with your kids. Doing something for you, just relaxing in a bubble bath, reading a good book, exercising. We talked about massages. You can do your own personal massage at home, watching a movie. You ever just want to watch a good old fashioned movie? I forgot the name of that one that Cher played in, like Mask, where her son was sick. Sometimes you just want a movie where you cry. Like, I like Lifetime, guys. I'm a Lifetime nut. I don't care. Corny. I love me some Lifetime. I be screaming at the screen. Run! My husband and my grandma. I feel like I'm yelling at the
TV. Yeah, and see, for me, it's the cooking shows. Because my husband will get tired of the cooking shows and stuff. But for me, I'm fascinated by, their technique and the ingredients that they're using. I've never heard of that before. Oh, I didn't know you could use that for that. And then you go into the baking shows and, anything where I can sit and watch them create something in the kitchen, because I do love to cook. But sometimes you run out of ideas. Sometimes you get bored, and you don't know what to cook. So watching these cooking shows help me to kind of revise my thinking.
Yes, Edna. She said she like for hot showers, give herself a pedicure, like to go on errands alone. I'll spend 1 to 2 hours just riding around listening to my favorite music. Yes, I just can't go in the dollar store because, girl, I spent $200, $100. Really, you spend $100 in the dollar store? Yeah, sorry, but Green fam, hi, welcome in. Who was that? Jazzy Nicole said hello to Eat to Live. Rachel's Place said, I like to journal and do a manicure, pedicure on myself. Yes. Edna said she spends the majority of the day focused on her husbands and kids. Yes. And even though you are the caregiver, you still need to do for yourself, because you can't take care of if you are not in the right mindset, if you're stressed out, if you're overwhelmed. You ever had someone just come in and they didn't say hello? And for me, that's a pet peeve. If I walk in a room and you don't say hello, you walk in here. How you know, that's just my trigger for me. It's like, I didn't sleep with you last night. Hello. How dare you walk into somebody's house without speaking? You know, and I know I have to like pull back, because that's something that ticks me off. It takes me from 0 to 60. Toni knows I can get chatty. She's a sweetheart, but sometimes I don't feel the need to explain to them. Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to. You have to give yourself permission to say no. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
Like when somebody asks me to borrow money, I don't need to know the reason why you're borrowing the money. I need to know the reason when you're going to pay me back. That's what I do need to know. But when they start, oh, I got to pay this and pay that, and pay, I don't need to know all that. You asked me for $100. Here you go. When I'm getting my money back. Because they want to make you feel bad. And nope, I don't need all that. I just need one thing. That's it. Green family, I was just talking about that to my niece. Say hello. Yes, say hello. Nikki said, I just brought myself a foot spa. Yes, Nikki, I got mine. And some Epsom salt. Yes, girl, I'm going to do a mani-pedi this weekend. Yes, yes, yes. I can't take noise these few last years. Yes. I'm an empty nester, and we're so used to it being quiet, like when the grandkids bang, boom, bang, I'm like, oh, like I can't do it. Go home. Bye. It's time for you to leave. I'll see you tomorrow. Because
I thought Vern, I thought that was just me. Because I'll be like, what was that? What was that? What was that? Because I'm not used to all of that.
Not used to it no more. They're big and they're grown out. You know, and my husband, when he comes home from work, he likes to unwind. He likes to get him a beer. He likes to chill, you know, do what he do and relax. And I give him his space. When he's finished and he comes up, hey, then we talk it out, whatever we have to do, you know, and you need that. You know, you work all day, you're home, you just want to de-stress. Mm-hmm. Give yourself permission, guys. Okay. So I'm going to ask everyone in the chat. We got 13. Thank you for being here. We've been on an hour and a half. Is there anything that you have a question of for me or for Toni? You're more than welcome to ask that in the chat. And then I'm going to let Toni, you know, say her final words. And if, you know, you guys don't have anything else, we can be out in 15 minutes. But let us know if we can help you. Again, Donnell, you are more than welcome to contact me on IG. It's the same name, Vern's Junk Closet. Toni, is there anything you want to say to anyone to tell them, you know, what to do for self-care?
First and foremost, like we've been saying this entire live stream, you have to give yourself permission to say no. But the other thing that I didn't mention that I always tell my kids is that consider your feelings the same way you do your possessions, your house, your car. They belong to you. Those are yours. Nobody can tell you what to do with those. They can't tell you how to feel about something. They can't tell you when you should get over something. They can't tell you if you're being too dramatic, you know, and I say that quite often, you know, when people are having conversations with me and, you know, they might say to me, well, you shouldn't feel that way. Well, who are you to tell me I shouldn't feel that way? Maybe you don't feel that way, but this is how I feel. So give yourself permission to say no, but also give yourself permission to identify with the fact that your feelings are your possessions. They belong to you. So you have the right to manage those feelings the way that you feel is best. With that being said, you want to make sure that you recognize when you are bleeding outside of the line, so to speak. You know when you over the top. You know when you are overreacting to something. You know what makes sense and what does not make sense based on your personality. When you see that you are on 10 and that's not normally where you spend your time, take a step back and just, if you're in a conversation with somebody, say to them, I need to table this discussion because right now I need to process what I want to say, how I want to say it, and I want to make sure that you can hear me. Because if you on 10 and they're on 10, again, we come back to the original comment, they're not going to hear you, which also means you're not going to hear them. So give yourself permission to say to that person, we need to table this discussion so that I have time to process what I want to say, how I want to say it, and to make sure that you hear me. There's nothing wrong with that. You can stop dead in your tracks in the middle of a conversation because that's what both of you need. It's best to do that than have a full blown out argument. Nobody know what the other person said. Somebody's feelings got hurt and nothing got accomplished.
That's right. That's right. That's like your husband. You got to pick your battles. Everything doesn't force for an argument. Sometimes let him be right, even though you know he's wrong. Let him be right and let it go. Mm-hmm. Because you keep yelling and arguing and screaming at your blood pressure. And I just want to touch on some points we were talking about for self-care. Medical. If you have a medical condition, make sure you're taking care of it. You're going to the doctor. You tell the doctor what is bothering you. I hate when people go to the doctor and they don't tell them, and then they come back. Oh, yeah, I should have said that. Well, yeah, you should have. Write it down. Tell them what's there. Your mental capacity. You have to take time for yourself to have your mental capacity in order. Fitness. Drink your water. I told you guys about my bottle. Drink your water. Get your exercise. Massage your temples. Mm-hmm. If you're at work, get up and take a break away from your desk. Walk away sometimes. You're spiritual. Whatever that is, lighting candles, meditating, praying, chanting, whatever you feel for the spirituality part of it. Your nutrition. You have to eat right. If you are a person of a particular age, you cannot eat McDonald's every day. You're not 20. You cannot eat McDonald's every day. You have to have a balanced meal, a breakfast. And finance. If you're having problems with your finance, take a finance course. Google it. YouTube it. There's so many things on it. There's something on October 1st where you can save $500 in a month. It's going to be called, and I'm trying to think the name of it, lose the weight and save the coin. So we're gonna go for 5 pounds. I think 5 pounds in a month is good. Mm-hmm. Lose pounds and you're gonna gain $500. Mm-hmm. So I think that's something amazing. Mm-hmm. Give yourself permission to take time and love on yourself. Mm-hmm. Self-care, whatever that is for you. Cleaning, gardening, like she said, taking a walk, going to help somebody else. Sometimes me as a person helping somebody else, that makes me feel good. Mm-hmm. Hi to Diaspora Channel. How are you? Hey, Anshi, what's going on? How are you guys? We're just talking about what are you doing? What have you done for yourself lately? How have you self-cared on yourself? Thank you, Donnell. Again, please reach out to us if you have any questions. It helps reduces stress, self-care. Focus on what is important to you and realize it is okay to take a time out. Mm-hmm. For a moment. Do what makes you happy. Perfect sign is Toni. Do what makes you happy. You cannot love someone else if you don't love on yourself. Mm-hmm. Don't let people put you down. Stand up for yourself. Mm-hmm. Even on YouTube, when you're getting those bullies, you don't sit there and bully you. You don't let somebody come to your channel. Toni, you shouldn't be playing that music. You need to play this. I call Toni an old spirit because old soul because she likes the old music. But how dare I come on her channel? No, you need to be playing R&B. That's in 2020. This is her page. She do what she want. I actually like the raunchy woman. You know, I love it. So, you know, that's your channel. You do what makes you happy. If that was you, don't let people at the job take advantage. I'm sorry, but I don't have the capacity for it. I'm gonna be saying that all day now, girl. You gonna have me tell my boss that I don't have the capacity for it. He gonna be like, somewhere. Set a schedule. Get rest. Take a nap. Get your sleep. Your body needs that rest for you able to regenerate. And that's the whole thing. You have to regenerate. A doctor, a nurse, a pilot, a truck driver, they have to get their rest to rejuvenate their bodies. Mind, body, and soul. You want your skin to be luxurious. You want your skin to be glowing without makeup. I've seen people like that. Be nice and love other people too. Don't always be so easy to fly off the handle. This is all part of, like Toni said, and I love how she said that, your brain and your heart, the two things you can't live without. Well, we know some brains, but you know what I mean. Let me just read the chat. Toni, you can say something. I'm just going to read this for a channel. Good points. Yes. Great points, ladies. You're welcome. Great tips. Yes. Cleo is a nurse. She can tell you guys. I'm great, lovely. Thanks for. Oh, you're welcome to Spora channel. Donnell said, yes, those are great signs, Toni. They were very fitting for me when I looked at them this morning. Yes. When you feel yourself getting out of your body, because we all have when we get somebody just piss you off to the 10th power and you just black out. This is why they say people black out, because they're out of their mind, to say is what I'm saying. Not literally, but they're out of, because you have made them so angry. All they see is black or all they see is red. And then you ask them, why did you choke that person out? And they're like, I don't remember doing that, because they took them to that point. You don't get you to that point. You don't do that. And that can happen on YouTube. You can't have, you have to have a thick skin to be on YouTube. You can't be so sensitive. Somebody come into your chat and say, oh, I don't like your hair. Who you think you are? You can't be so sensitive to jump and fly off the handle. Thank you, but if you don't want to be here, you may leave. You know, you do what makes you comfortable. Yes, we must listen to our body, Stella. We must. And Toni, you do nutrition, right?
When you say I do nutrition, what do you mean?
Do you do nutrition? Like, are you part of that Well Balance or something you was telling me?
Well, so I transitioned from eating animal protein to a fully plant-based diet from 2011 up until November of last year. And then I incorporated I didn't stop eating animal protein because I didn't like it. It was for health reasons. So November of last year, I started slowly reincorporating animal protein because I was having issues getting enough protein in my diet. So I have a lot of knowledge about plant-based diet and, you know, making changes in your life for, you know, to be healthy and things like that. I have a lot of knowledge and information, but I also have a lot of resources. So things that I don't know how to answer, I can send you to a place where you can get that information. And there are quite a few, like there's a Simply Quinoa, who is a vegetarian. She's on YouTube. Her channel is awesome because she teaches you about cooking with whole foods and things like that. Sometimes some of her,
what's her name?
Simply Quinoa. Quinoa is grain. Yeah, her channel is awesome. But she does some it's an oxymoron because she does some raw cooking, if that makes sense. Or I should say raw food preparation. So her muffins don't necessarily require you to put them in the oven, for example. Yeah, so there are a lot of, you know, substituting eggs with applesauce and different things like that.
Awesome.
Mhm.
So do you eat fish, salmon, and stuff like that?
I don't have a palate for fish. I have
Okay.
eaten crab. I have eaten
Oh, that's right,
lobster.
because you got sick the other day, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yes,
You was like, I
ma'am.
should eat this, and you should have
Mhm.
went with your gut. You said that.
Yeah. But for the most part, it's poultry. I steer
Mhm.
away from red meat and
Okay.
pork, and so if I eat seafood, it's mostly crab, lobster, and I found out I am now allergic to shrimp, which I never
Oh,
had a shrimp
wow.
allergy before. Yeah, but after not eating animal protein for what, 8 years, um, when I ate it, I broke out in hives, and so it was a really bad experience. So, but
Yes, Donnell.
yeah, I hope to transition back to a plant-based diet eventually, but I won't be a
Okay.
vegetarian because I found out I'm no longer allergic to eggs, which is where I can
Okay.
get protein from. So I'm finding out a lot about my body now. Hmm.
So the plant-based, can you make a hamburger sort of out of that? Like, what do you use if you?
Yeah, so one of my favorite product lines is the Light Life. I used to be real big on Beyond Burger, but the Beyond Burger has a very distinctive taste and a very distinctive smell because they use pea protein and beet. And it can be a turnoff for a lot of people. But the Light Life has no flavor at all. It takes on the flavor of the spices and the herbs and stuff that you use. There's also
Mm.
a product that Morningstar put out called the Black Bean Chipotle Crumble, and I have a recipe where I create um, uh, chili cheese soup. So I use the chipotle black bean crumble, yes, with cheese, and I put veggie broth with it, and I make a chili cheese soup. My kids, I can't keep it in the house when I make it.
Oh,
It
wow.
literally goes, a big old stew pot of it goes almost overnight. So
Wow.
yeah, there are a lot of meat alternatives out there. You just have to be very careful because those are considered processed foods.
Now, have you talked about this on your channel about the
Yeah,
plant?
I have a whole playlist of when I became vegetarian. I have a playlist
Wow.
for the recipes and stuff that I cook and create.
Oh,
My
Eat to
weight
Live
loss
Song said
journey.
she don't like Beyond Burgers either.
Yeah,
Doesn't like Beyond products either. Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
wow. Well, I don't know if I want to do that because I have lupus. I know Eat to
Mhm,
Live. I say I have to eat a hamburger for the protein, and she's like, "You don't have to eat that." Well, for
mhm,
me, because I'm such a picky eater, like I don't
mhm,
like beef, I don't like onions, I don't, certain things that will
mhm.
help get that in. And I don't even really love meat that much, but sometimes I have to force myself to eat a hamburger. But yeah, that sounds interesting. I have to watch that.
But you would be surprised because one of the techniques that I found in dealing with plant-based products is that you can actually take some like the Light Life, since it doesn't have any flavor, and put a scoop of protein powder in with the meat and it will act as a binder. So not only are
Oh,
you getting more protein, you don't taste the protein powder unless you do like a vanilla or something like that.
oh,
But
okay.
you're getting the protein from the plant-based meat substitute, but you're also getting the protein from the protein powder. And it's acting as a binder so that you don't have to use flour or anything like that.
Okay. So is it a
Yeah.
lot of vegetables?
Say again?
Is it a lot of vegetables?
The Light Life?
No, the just the plant based in general.
Oh, well, plant-based is that's the basic gist of it, but the thing of it is you're also dealing with grains because it's more
Okay.
whole food. So you're dealing, like, say for example, I mentioned quinoa. Quinoa
Mhm.
is a super grain that has the highest protein than any other grain that has ever been created. Um, but you can also do like they make these pastas out
Mhm.
of plants. They're not made out of like flour or anything like that. Some of them are made out of like mushrooms, you know. Should they have one that I used to eat that's made out of shiitake mushrooms? That's really good.
Oh, she said as long as it's gluten and dairy free. Okay. I
Yeah.
find those gluten free products heavy. Like I'm like, geez.
Yeah, some of them can be.
Yeah.
We thought my daughter had a gluten allergy a while back, but it turns out she has IBS. And so I
Mm,
started doing some research on the gluten-free diet a
mhm.
while back. So yeah, I
What
gained
I
a lot
like
of
to do,
information.
okay, what I like to do for me is I like to do the clean eating, and
Hmm.
that to me,
Hmm.
because I used to didn't like a lot of seafood, which I still don't eat seafood, but I love a good salmon. It just costs like $8 for this
Hmm.
big. But I love me a salmon. I
Hmm.
love tuna.
Hmm.
That's really about it. I don't do shrimp. I don't do crab. I've never had that. Never had
Hmm.
lobster. All that. But clean eating, with the vegetables and the fruits and the nuts, and I
Hmm.
find that works for me. So
Hmm.
hopefully when we start this losing and gain the sense, it'll be I might do that, because to me that really let me lose the 5 pounds like easy. Like it was no sweat to it. And I didn't feel like I lost anything. And that's the thing about dieting, quote unquote.
Hmm.
Don't not eat what you like. If you need
Yeah.
that cake, eat that one piece of cake, but you can't have 6 pieces. You have to have that one small portion.
Right.
That's the thing about it.
Well, I noticed that
Not
one
the
good way,
best.
a lot of the people that came to me and talked to me about going plant-based or just trying to incorporate more whole foods into their diet, one way that they were able to do that seamlessly is by doing the Daniel fast. Because there's a lot of churches that
Okay.
there's a lot of churches that do the Daniel fast certain times of the year. And
Mhm.
when they come off the Daniel fast, they still practice some of the things that they learned during the Daniel fast. And they've had a lot of success with it.
So how does the Daniel fast work? Do you know?
So it's you would have to refer to the Bible or somebody
Okay.
who has actually, because I've never actually done the Daniel fast. I just know that the Daniel fast includes more whole foods and they're primarily plant-based. And I can't remember, I don't think that you can eat, I don't think you can eat meat with that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, Eat to Live Strong mentioned something about the Daniel fast.
Daniel's
Does that
fast is
include
how I
meat?
started out being vegetarian and turned vegan.
Yeah. So a lot of people use that
Oh
to
no, Black
transition.
Light Records Raid. I don't know if you guys know him. I just met him yesterday. He is awesome. He's really a cool guy. I've never heard of that, Tony. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow. So, do you have milk and anything on your plant base?
So I'm lactose intolerant. So for
Okay.
yeah, so for years, I mean, I haven't had cow's milk. I can't even tell you when the last time I had cow's milk. I might have been a child. Um, but I do eat, like, since they started creating the nut base and grain base
Mhm.
yogurts and stuff like that, that's what I use. I'm not really a fan of the flavor of milk anyway. So a lot of times when I ate cereal and I use almond milk or cashew milk or something like that, it was only to
Oh,
wet cereal. It was
I
only
found
to,
that sweet.
yeah. Well, they have
I found it.
unsweetened. Yeah, they have unsweetened. I did try hemp milk, and I'm gonna tell you that it has a really bitter and a twangy taste to it.
Mm.
But it's
Did you like
really,
it?
no, it's
Oh, you didn't like it.
but it's good for you. Is the point I was gonna make? Some stuff that's not really, it's not appealing to our palate, but it's good for our body. It gives us the nutrients that we need. So yeah, but I know some people that drink hemp milk and they love it. I don't. Yeah.
Mm.
No, I can't.
Okay.
That stuff tears my stomach up.
Oh wow.
But I
Welcome,
love cheese.
welcome
So
in.
the white cheeses are not processed the same way as yellow cheese is. So I can do, because see, I got a whole video about me eating stinky cheese. I love stinky cheeses.
Really?
Yes, I love me some blue cheese and yes,
Ah!
yes,
Cheese in Denmark.
yes. I love me some
I don't
stinky
drink
cheese,
lactose-free
honey.
milk, just sugar that I can't process and break down. Yeah, and that's another thing. You have to know what works for your body. Like, yeah, eat till it's
Mhm.
strong. Never liked milk. See, I always liked milk, and we always tease each other because I tell her milk and cheese, and she's like, no, no, because she's a vegetarian. But if you have health issues, you have to know what you can eat and what you cannot eat and what you cannot tolerate. You know,
Mhm.
and like going to other people's houses or going to restaurants. Like for you, if you
Mhm.
can't eat that, like me, I
Mhm.
can't eat tomatoes. I'm
Mhm.
allergic to, so I have to tell people make sure you don't put tomatoes in it because I be in the hospital.
Mhm.
I just start blowing up, throat close
Mhm.
thing. So you have to know what works for you. And with this self care, sometimes you need to change your diet.
Yeah.
You need to watch what you eat, just like you
Yeah.
have to watch with people taking advantage of you and making sure you're self caring for yourself.
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with that, guys. You have to do this to stay in um, a frame of mind where
Mhm.
you don't get overwhelmed.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen somebody overwhelmed? They turn red, they start sweating.
Mhm.
Anxiety. Since this thing has been going on, I've been
Mhm.
having anxiety and I've been trying to calm down. And right now, I only go to work one day a week on Tuesdays. But um, yeah, I see those Raiders coming in, but I know you got to go and I got to go too. Usually drink the milk from the. Oh my goodness, really? Okay. I tried the oat milk. Oh, I never heard of that.
Yeah, yeah, it's another
What's
one
in
that they
that?
have out here, and it's really good for you. And the difference is you got almond milk that's light, then you have cashew milk that's heavy, and it actually almost looks like cream. And you have oat milk that sits right in between those.
Okay.
And Whole Foods has a really good oat milk. Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have a
Yeah.
Trader Joe's where you are?
I do, and I love Trader Joe's. Unfortunately, where we
Mhm.
built our house, there's not one out here, but where I work is closer to where we used to live. So if I ever feel the need to, because I go to Trader Joe's, Sprouts, and then you have the Whole Foods, and I used to shop between the three
Mhm.
stores.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Eat to Live Strong and Nikki has MS and I have lupus. So we have to make sure that the inflammation of foods that we eat, because that really affects us. Like she said, it affects the body. Yes, we have to
Mm,
make sure we watch that because I don't know if you guys ever had inflammation, but it is awful. It is awful. It
yeah.
feels like it blowed you up. It feels like someone's squeezing you all at the same time. It's awful.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
hot and then it's awful and it's like takes a long time to get over. um so you just have to watch that what you're
Yeah.
doing.
Because one of
That's
I was on up to 15 different medications a day, and I
what,
had
say
to
that again?
I was taking up to 15 medications a day,
What,
and I was
girl?
257 pounds. I'm 100 pounds down because I had to have the gastric bypass. Yeah,
Mhm.
because I literally, my body was at war with itself and I was getting sicker. I was literally phasing out of here. And if I had not had that surgery, then I don't know if I would be here right now. And so that
Really?
before I had the surgery, transitioning to a plant-based diet is what I was trying to do to fix the problem, but I couldn't do it by myself because I would lose 20 pounds, gain it back, lose 50 pounds, gain it back. And it was because my body, I was hadn't had a hysterectomy. I just had my sixth surgery when I had the bypass. I had six surgeries on myself.
Wow.
Yes. So I was really, really sick. So to go plant-based was for health reasons. And
Mhm.
although I've been digesting animal protein for almost a year now, I said I was going to give it a year. But I do recognize that my body loves the plant-based diet more than what I'm doing. But I had to try because I couldn't get my protein up. And one of the things that the nutritionist told me was that if I was dealing with these challenges, there was a chance that I would either be admitted into the hospital because they were going to have to give me feeding treatments, or they, we were going to have to try to figure something else out because what I was doing wasn't working. And I was having to choose between, because I can only ingest a cup and a half of food, between my hydration and my food, because if
Wow.
I ate the amount of protein that I needed, I couldn't get enough liquid. So I was dehydrated. So I had to start eating ice in order to get the liquids in. And eventually things kind of leveled out for me. But I'm definitely leaning more towards back going to 100% plant-based diet, because my body loved that more. Hmm.
Did you have high blood pressure, or was it something in your family that made you, because you said you had gained a lot of weight. Was that family wise, like a hereditary?
So no, it's not hereditary. I've
Mm.
never been a fat person. I just experienced a lot of health problems down the line. What we were trying to do, because I'm off of all of my medications except for my estrogen, because I had a complete hysterectomy, and I take my supplements. They tried to wean me out. I'm on a combo pill for my blood pressure. They tried to wean me off of the blood pressure medicine. And here's the thing about blood pressure. It's either
Mm-hmm.
learned or it's genetic. Well, they found out trying to take me off my blood pressure medicine that mine is genetic. I'm going to have to take blood pressure medicine or find an herbal supplement that will help manage my blood pressure for the rest of my
Mm-hmm.
life, because they can't take me off the medicine. My blood pressure spiked and I almost wound up in the hospital.
Wow.
So, but I had, between the high blood pressure, I was diabetic. I have
I was gonna say we
arthritis.
have diabetes. Oh wow.
Yeah, I developed gout. I'm no longer diabetic because that portion of my stomach is not connected anymore. I take my high blood pressure medicine, I take my supplements, and I take my estrogen because I'm menopausal. But outside of the blood pressure medicine and the estrogen, I don't take anything prescription. Everything else is like vitamins and stuff like
God is good.
that.
I
Hmm.
used to take lisinopril when I first got diagnosed with my lupus. And that gave me that cough.
Yep.
That cough. Yep.
Yep.
Now you said you do plant based, and Eat to Live says she does vegan. You guys need to do a live stream on that. I would love to find out more, because Eat to
Hmm.
Live strong knows I want to do vegan, but she know I like my milk. No milk. No milk. Anti-inflammatory. Oh wow. And Blacklight Records is a Rastafarian, so I know he probably has some good remedies for inflammation and stuff like that. Blacklight Records. So yes. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That is
But
awesome.
that's one way I got into health and wellness, because my dad was so sick, and I decided to go back to school. And I was actually going back to school as to become a dietitian. Well, he passed away, and I was completely lost as to why I was now in school, because I was trying to get him healthy and get me healthy. And so I eventually decided that I wanted to advocate for seniors, because he struggled with a lot of
Mhm.
getting the health care that he needed in order for him to survive. And so I decided I wanted to take up human services. Well, in doing that, I discovered psychology. So that's how I wound up majoring in psychology and minoring in sociology.
Oh wow. Oh
Yeah.
wow. Wow. Well, guys, we were on here and we were talking about self care. We went over a lot of it. I do want to let you guys know, if you are not connected to Toni Hendrix Green, make sure you get over here to this raunchy woman and check her out. Toni, tell us about your page when you go live. And guys, if you're looking for some water, I have this. I have a discount code in the description of this live. And actually, in here, I have pineapples and orange. And this infuses your water. So, guys, go in there, get the discount code. You get 30% off. But I'm going to let Toni tell you about her channel. And then if anybody else has questions, and then we're going to be out by 8:30. So it's 8:20, 8:18 right now.
All right. So we are the Digital Family Collective over at my channel, Toni Hendrix Green. It's under my name. I reduced my going live because I'm demonstrating self-care. I only go live on Saturdays now. I was going Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, but because of my work commitments, I decided to reduce my live streams. But my channel is known for uploaded pre-recorded content, and you will always be able to find a video. I have over 400 videos that talk about a wide range of topics. My upload days are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You might get a bonus video here and there, but we are always playing blues and jazz, and we're enjoying our music therapy, and chair dancing is allowed.
Hey, yes.
Mhm.
And guys, she is a membership channel, so go check her out and please consider becoming a member. I have an awesome time over there. I am a member on her page. She's a member on mine. She's amazing. So guys, check her out. We got 17 in the stream. I'm Verge Young Closet, your YT cheerleader. You guys know I give you tips to help you improve and thrive on your YouTube journey. I help you to manifest. Make sure you have those positive vibes, good energy. Make sure you have positive affirmations around you. That is something also that is amazing for self-care. I have my vision board right here. So every time I come in my studio, I see my vision board of what I want to achieve. I see my positive affirmations, rise up and take courage. You have to have all that around you. You have to take care of you. So guys, if you have any questions, I'm going to give you 5 minutes in the chat. Does anyone have any questions about being vegan, about being plant-based, about being self-care? Let us know now. Again, I'll give you a few minutes. Let me see if anyone has any questions. I know Streamyard is on a 10-second delay. So guys, we want to say make sure you are medical, mental, fitness, spiritual, nutrition, and finance. All of that is a part of self-care. Make sure you're getting enough rest. That is so important for the mind, body, soul, spirit, all of that, your heart and your brain. You have to make sure you want your skin to be glowing, especially us ladies. I don't care what age you are. I have people tell me all the time, I don't look my age. You have to love on you. I'm not saying you have to go out there and spend all this money, but the little things do count and people see it. Mm-hmm. And when you have a spirit, I don't care how beautiful you are on the outside. If your spirit is beautiful, you're beautiful to people. You might not be gorgeous, but that beauty within is prettier than that physical beauty. You'll see that aura shining. You will see it. So make sure you're loving on yourself. Thank you, Vermont Pain. Thank you. Loving on yourself. Donnell Asidama. I think I'm saying your name wrong. I apologize. Donnell Griffin. Again, you can hit us up on IG. Eat to Live Strong is my girl. Is there anyone in the stream that is going live? We can actually raid you guys. Is there anyone going live in a few minutes? Hey, Thursday's child. How are you? How are you? Thank you for being here. Yes, rest in water. Rest in water. Exercise. Exercising is good. Meditation. Praying and chanting. Whatever helps you. Reading, gardening, crocheting, knitting, all that. Your soul is beautiful, will shine through. Yes, it will. Very informative. Thank you, Caribbean Queen Tanisha. If any of you guys are connected to me, Vern's Junk Closet, leave me a comment. I will get back to you. Yes, as an ugly personality is not good. It's not. It's not. Hey, Angels Army, the Diaspora channel. You're welcome. Yes, meditation is amazing. Yes, to the walking, jogging, running, and journaling. Yes. So, guys, again, thank you all for being here. Thank you to my special guest, Toni Hendrix Green. If you did not catch it from the beginning, please go back and rewatch this live stream. We gave out some great tips to help you to self-care, okay? Because it's so important in this time of the world that we're going through, the crisis of the virus, things happening in our communities, things happening with everything, with the people losing their jobs and homes breaking up. It's so much. We want you all just a little bit to self-care and love on yourself. Nikki said this was really good info. Yes, Nikki, yes. Check out her channel. Yes, please do. Toni is amazing. Gotta have a great soul. We are the light. Yes. Self-care is so important. So guys, you know what I say.
Don't forget about your homework assignment.
Yes, say it again, Toni, so they'll know.
Don't forget about your homework assignment. 30 minutes a day, every day, to do something that you don't ordinarily do and make it selfish. It has to be about you. Do something good for yourself for 30 minutes each day.
What have you done for you lately? That is it. So, guys, today is a good day to have a great day. You know what I say? No one is perfect. We can all learn how to make our lives a little bit better. Never stop dreaming, no matter what that dream is. You can achieve it and you can go for it. I love you guys. And you know what I say? Love and light, love and light, love and light. I love you guys. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I appreciate you again, Toni, my girl. You rock. Thank you. This was amazing. I know we helped a lot of people. And guys, thank you again. Check out Toni. Check out my channel. I love you guys. Have a great night, guys. Good night. Thank you, Toni, sis. I appreciate you so much, babe.
No problem.
Yes, love and light, guys. Good night.